Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Sunday. Welcome in. It is lovely to see you here. Josh, Smage, Elfons. I know Elfons has already left, but it was still lovely to see him. Stitch, Summer. I cannot believe Stitch and Summer are out here gaslighting me into playing a game which they both hate and I also hate. But they're forcing me to do it by gaslighting me. How could they? But yes, Stitch. OBS is generally a little bit better, partly because Streamlabs is based off of OBS. And so Streamlabs is generally a full update cycle behind. OBS will always be more up to date. It is Shadow Mage. It's you, the lad. But yes, I'm very sad to have missed stream on Friday. God, I've had no time to play Monster Hunter Rise. It sucks. I'm enjoying the update so much, but I just haven't had time for it. But today is not a day for Monster Hunter Rise. Today is a day to maybe make Kim smile. And yes, as Summer says, Streamlabs OBS, although they've changed their name now after a lot of controversy, Streamlabs is a little bit more user-friendly to begin with, but is heavier weight and just overall not ideal. OBS is better. Or apparently Some people really like XSplit, but XSplit I don't believe is free. And it is time. We return to the world of Revachol. And we immediately have something to do. It's 9 p.m. and we have an upstairs man to talk to. Free-ish with limited features and a giant watermark. Okay, thank you, Josh. I wasn't aware of the full details. A maroon glow of light pollution rises from the east. You hear distant traffic. Night is falling on the city. Stitch, tell this person that sounds like a really fun thing. Shadow Mage, this is day 3. Oh, you can't see that. It's slightly covered. This is day 3.
Out of hand. Now there are 2 of them.
Nikki, you also cute. Oh, Nikki, I'm so happy for you. Hello, upstairs man.
Gendarmerie, you found me.
The young man on the balcony gives you a bright smile before taking another drag from his cigarette.
It feels like a Friday. He seems to be in a good mood tonight. And his shirt is still unbuttoned.
Oh my. We got your hint. Found the key right under that stone.
A pig!
Beautiful.
So cute.
Also you, Summer. Thank you. As he looks at you, something sparkles in his eyes. Oh ho ho! Are you into old unshaved alcoholics? Because if so, I've got a treat for you. It's me, an old unshaved alcoholic.
So tell me, are you here to make things right again?
Thank you for the rainbow, Stitch. You see, one of the things is we know for a fact that what happened down there wasn't even the murder anymore. This guy's just worth talking to still. But yes, I do want to make things right.
Beautiful.
A nearby street lamp casts shadows on his chin, drawing out the slender cheekbones.
I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting.
Is it Friday tonight? It feels like a Friday.
Yeah, it does feel like the end of the week. Such gentle weather.
Why would I want to meet your friend?
Trust me, you do.
Very well, I'll talk to him. But first I want to talk to you. I have so many questions for you and your slender cheeks and your unbuttoned shirt.
That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me.
Okay.
He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around. It's getting dark and the neighboring windows have lit up one by one.
Chester, no! It is time. Chester, we will fix this. Oh, we are going to destroy Chester's ISP. That is unacceptable. Takes another drag of his oh yeah.
Downstairs, a cat crosses the yard, disappearing into the bush.
Besides, I've got to run.
He's going to leave you alone again. That's sad.
I just found you again.
Just look at it. It's a beautiful night. Who's going to stay in on a night like this?
Lots of people, I assume.
He's right. Only losers go to bed early. Time to break out the booze.
One day, I'm probably not going to stream it, but one day I'm going to do a playthrough of this game where I listen to electrochemistry. And it's going to be awful.
A man on high heels stumbles out of a basement club, music blasting over the entire district. It's chilly, and as the chemicals hit his nervous system, 1,000 shivers ripple through his body.
Only if you promise that we'll talk again. It's important. I'm thinking you, me, and Kim, and, you know, what happens from there, we don't talk about.
Something flutters in the corner of the lieutenant's mouth as you're saying those words.
What? Kim, are you jealous?
It's laughter.
Oh no, okay.
We'll talk. Just not tonight.
It's laughter. That's very good. Also, that was a legendary empathy roll. We made Kim smile and laugh. This is the perfect stream.
Take care, alright?
Interview the Sunday. There's something so different about him that I just can't put my finger on.
Different, of course.
He's such a good listener. I liked talking to him.
You like talking to him.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Is this canonical gay Harry? It made me feel special.
It made you feel special. Come on, detective, let's go. We've got a potential witness to interview. His Sunday friend, remember?
Can Harry be canonically gay? Because if so, I love this game even more. Which is a lot. Quarterly business magazine. Oh, there's a lot in this place. Ooh, Party Dragon Silk Robe. Oh. An old photo of the same apartment dated year 01. Expensive men's perfume lingers in the air. Oh, I bet it does. Buckets of paint on a layer of old newspapers. An artist, perhaps? A Samarin conical hat, apparently. An exquisite canopy bed made of metal. Just want to go into his kitchen. Dishes soaking up in a pot. An empty ashtray. Flyers for underground parties. Dates for open lectures at a local university. Okay, Sunday friend.
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
The man in business casual removes his cufflink.
You shouldn't be seeing him in an intimate setting. For some reason, you feel this man is your superior.
Yeah, well, he's wearing pants. Like a coward would. Only cowards wear pants.
Superior, but he's not in the command chain.
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stability on assignment from Sur-la-Clé.
Price stability, interesting.
I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I am here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
Before we go on, I absolutely have to inquire about this wonderful canopy.
Oh yes, my friend has a great eye for these things. He refuses to tell me where it came from. It's a mystery. I believe they call this type of frame industrial. It's very comfy.
Oh, so you've been in the bed.
That's really all I can tell you about it.
He forms a little rooftop with his fingers. Cold air sweeps in from the balcony.
The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed.
You actually witnessed the lynching?
I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
He didn't see the hanging. He saw the little show staged by the Hardys. Let him talk. He may know more than even he knows.
Yeah, just because we know that that wasn't the moment of the actual murder doesn't mean that he knows, and doesn't mean that what he saw isn't important. Start from the beginning, if you don't mind.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play.
He holds out his hands and blossoms his fingers, like a drama teacher setting the scene.
What do you mean, like in a play?
Ah.
It was just so strange. I could barely comprehend what was happening.
Because we know he was already dead, the lynching was done for the benefit of witnesses.
I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood. I should not be seeing this.
That lines up with previous testimony, doesn't it? Well done, detective.
Thank you, sir. I think we've got the picture. Anything else stand out?
Only that there were about 8 or 10. I couldn't make out anything. It was so dark. And it was quiet. Quietest lynching I've ever heard of, let alone heard.
Yeah, because the victim was dead.
But I suspect you knew that already. I can't say I'm surprised. The fine reputation of the men and women serving in the RCM is well deserved.
What's an official like you doing in Martinique?
The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight.
Okay, but what are you doing here, in this apartment?
Well, I'm renovating it.
Oh?
It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here.
Huh.
You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here.
Not actually quite answering the question I was asking, but you know, sure. You're some kind of bureaucrat?
Yes, as I said before, I am a commissioner from Sur-la-Clé working for the Institute of Price Stability. This is one of the main projects of the Moral Inter.
What is this international community?
La Communauté Internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the coalition. In other words, the nations that stopped the disaster of the revolution.
The nations that invaded another nation and fought a war with them to stop something you didn't like. Cool. What do I call the coalition?
Your employer, technically speaking. The governing authority of Revachol. The RCM is but one part of this provisional administration.
What is the price stability?
It is the most important thing.
That doesn't tell me anything.
It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability is essential to maintaining high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment.
That seems correct, but I'm not an economist.
Which is essential for maintaining the social stability.
Basically, it makes sure the price of bread doesn't change.
Oh, thank you, Kim. God, the guy could have just said that.
Précisément. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce. That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%.
This is fascinating, but I wanted to ask you something else.
But not too far below, no. Too below is also bad. Below, but close to 2%.
You're not answering my questions at all.
The coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stability. Transparency is one of our principles. Would you like an informational pamphlet?
Sure, I guess.
A sound monetary policy is essential for addressing uncertainty. Stability is the raison d'être of the Moral Inter. It's the reason why I identify as a moralist.
This guy's really into his whole thing.
But oh, I don't have my leaflets on me today. That's too bad. You can always call our information line. Making information available is part of the Moral Intern's commitment to transparency.
I've heard about this moral intern before, but I want to know more.
It's the International Organization for Moralists, hence Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability is just one of its many mind babies, as is the Coalition.
Turn to Kim. What I'm hearing is that we're moral intern bitches.
Doing one's job doesn't automatically make one anyone's bitch. Besides, there are more nefarious powers to work for than the moral intern.
Oh, Kim, you're so straight. I love you. That is a valid response, Stitch. Turn back to Sunday Friend. Are you a moralist?
But of course.
I a moralist?
Well, do you value freedom? Do you believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values?
Lieutenant, are you a moralist?
Me? I'm a lieutenant of the RCM, dedicated to maintaining law and order in Ravachol.
A very moralist answer.
The lieutenant is practiced in the art of putting on a show for one's superiors.
Martinez doesn't seem very normal or stable to me.
Martinez? No. Martinez is something else.
What about the rest of Revachol? Is it part of the normal world?
Revachol is generally difficult. It's led by an interim government, which means it hasn't yet achieved full democracy. But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking.
Man. Not entirely true, Stitch, but kind of true, yes. Harry's much hairier and handsomer than I am. You know what? Weirdly, Stitch, yes, I think he would. I think it would be his kind of thing. Man, all of these are good. All of these are good. But I'm gonna go with moralism is the ideology of foreign occupiers. Revachol must be governed by Revacholians. Xenoblade Chronicles, Summer.
Of course, the detective's personal views do not represent the views of the RCM.
Shut up, Kim.
Your full autonomy is important, I agree. But it's an ongoing process. Nothing happens overnight. Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Enough business. Let's talk about something
Whatever
else.
you wish, officer.
What if I told you that... Oh, no. I'm not gonna give away class yet to this dude. Can you tell me about your friend? I mean, Josh, that's part of the reason that I can't take this dude seriously. Because yes, he just sounds like slightly Frenchy Jordan Peterson.
The Coalition is the economy...
Summer, for
impacts
you,
the
I will
entire
find out about
international
Sir
community.
Leclerc.
What's there to say? Sur-la-Clé is a modern, urbanized country that measures
Oh.
very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index. Mostly, though, it's known as the executive heart of EPIS.
That's got most of the letters of PP.
Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Revachol is only one of its many darlings whose progress it supports and cherishes.
What makes Revachol Sir Leclerc's darling?
Because a great percentage of Revachol's culture hails from Sur-la-Clé. Its language, its people, its cuisine even. Or at least in the downtown La Delta area.
Jamrock and other parts of the international zone have been mercifully spared of Sir Leclerc's love for meatballs and mashed potatoes.
Whatever you wish, officer.
Can you tell me about your friend?
Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters.
What's Kedra?
Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But, between you and me, their potential membership is a more contentious issue.
So EPIS, I'm guessing, is something like the EU?
That it's never going to happen. They entered negotiations in 21, and it's been pending ever since.
What's this EPIS thing you keep talking about?
EPIS is a very special program developed by the Moral Intern to support certain Occidental nations. It began as a unified system of weights and measures, which proved to be a wild success. Nothing but kilograms and centimeters as far as the eye can see. It was such a wild success that we expanded it into an economic union for the processing of steel. Another success. And between you and me, the Moral Intern feels emboldened by this success. Emboldened to take EPIS to the next level.
IPIS. Okay, but like, what does it stand for?
Why, it stands for progress and stability, like the Moral Intern as a whole.
I'm going to punch you. What do the letters stand for?
It's been such a wild, extraordinary success thus far. We are very excited to take it to the next level.
You don't even hear the words I'm saying, do you?
A supranational political alliance. The United States of Occident.
Is it going to be like this place here?
You mean Revachol? No, it's going to have transparent democracy.
Is Revachol going to be part of IPIS?
It's one day going to be a candidate member of EPIS, sure.
Didn't you say that candidate members never become real members?
No, candidate members do become members. Why do we even have the whole system in place if they don't? It just takes time. Time and evaluation. But we were talking about my friend here, not politics.
Stitch. Stitch. You said ICUP. How did you two even become friends?
How did any of us become friends? Bad
Oh,
things
God.
happening on the Insulindian Isola? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Civil wars lasting for years? Finally, the international community is forced to step in.
What are you talking about? No one becomes friends that way.
Au contraire, it's how millions of people end up where they are, meeting the people they meet. It's how I came here, and my friend too.
You still haven't told me who he is.
Sorry, who?
My god. Oh my god, I'm going to murder him. Kim, give me your gun. Your friend, the smoker on the balcony. We were just talking about him.
But I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Education is the foundation of our future, especially the arts. It is a cornerstone of our civilization.
Fine, but what's his real name?
Officer, you have to understand. I can't give you his personal information.
You can.
I'm sure you have your own methods and databases, right? Please don't put me in this situation.
So all you can tell me about him is that he's here to study the art.
He's deeply enmeshed in the study of the fine arts, yes.
Which arts?
He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking, who knows? The world is open wide for a talented youth like him.
What are you doing in his apartment by yourself?
I'm just enjoying the view.
You, it's dark outside.
Listen,
A baby is crying in the neighboring apartment.
Someone's baby is crying.
no, listen. The Insulindian Bay.
I was asking about your friend.
My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's a busy bee. I'm all ears, officer.
No, I hate you. Chat, should I tell him about Klasia? Should I do it? I don't think I should do it. But if you think I should do it, I will maybe do it. Okay, Summer says no. Thanks, I've got all I need.
Officer, do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave.
Hold on, why can't we talk later?
It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen. And I'm pressed for time. After you leave, I should be leaving as well.
Ah. I'm not going anywhere, I just want to look around this
Sure,
apartment.
Go ahead. It's a beautiful space. Let me know if you have any further questions.
I can't explore the bathroom? That's BS. Fine. Now I'm gonna tell him that I'm leaving forever.
Was there anything else? Of course.
I don't like him. I think he... He wasn't very helpful. I'm just gonna be honest about that. And now it's late, and I'm going to head to bed. I thought that was someone walking there. But it was not. What are you doing up so late?
Trying to sneak up on me again? Trying to snuff me out? Get away, pig!
Oh my lord. Get some sleep. Ever look at these? What are they? Oh! It's just street signs. Kim, is it time to debrief?
Yes?
It is not time to debrief. Why is everyone still up? Josh, I've spent time with him. That should be enough. Wait, I already looked up there. I've spent a whole 2.5 days with him, Josh. If that's not enough, then what is? But nobody lived in there. Now I'm curious. Also, the game said most people go to bed at 9 o'clock. Hell yeah. 70 cents. I mean, I'm gonna do a little bit more exploring then. The door is closed for today. Time to put the kids to sleep. I could probably try to break in, but I don't want to do that.
Winter, slow to let go of Rivershore. Flecks some more wet snow from above.
Look around you.
The snow falls lazily, making the beach sand paler still, mixing with the rust-colored sewage runoff.
Yeah.
And to think, it seemed as though it were already spring.
How does it feel?
The melting snow seeps through your thin clothes. Grandmothers don't let their grandchildren out dressed so lightly in this weather. At least your hair is protected from getting wet and sticking together. You look around.
You know, I wonder if that's actually different depending on what you're wearing. What's in the West?
More winding coastlines lined with abandoned buildings. Crumbling piers, salt water lapping at their dark piles. Grey and red forgotten city blocks. What remains of the pre-revolutionary effort to gentrify the coast.
And beyond that?
The waters turn black, Coal City in the shadow of San Martin, a boom town. Back when coal extracted from countless shafts near the city was needed to power Revachol.
But it didn't, Stitch.
No more. The coal was supplanted by petroleum from the ocean floor and hydropower from the Esperance. Everything crumbled. These days, only the weakest remain in Coal City. Their hopes of getting rich linger in the defunct shafts under their feet.
What's there?
Below the old mines, L'Océan Municipal, Revachol's underground cemetery. Le Petit Rat braved the underground passageways, trying to get to Le Royaume.
The Petit Rat.
Children under 14, they go underground looking for artifacts to sell to foreign museums and for fabled relics. Their parents let them. They go deeper.
Deeper.
After rubies, Melchiorite, lapis lazuli, plundered from Safle and Seol during the time of the suzerain. In the burial chambers of the kings, Grand Old Philip, Guillaume II, and even in the mausoleum of Philip the Opulent.
Oh, this is cool.
2 kilometers underground, in a winding shaft along whose walls mirrors have been placed, so that daylight may eternally fall upon the richest of all the kings. The mausoleum contains untold quantities of gold, and that special, purest of the pure magenta cocaine, favored by Revacholian royalty.
Hell yeah.
Did someone say untold quantities of cocaine? Drop everything immediately and go looking for this hoard.
Oh, wonderful. Wipe the snow from your shoulder.
Few Petit Rat return from the shafts. Even fewer find what they're looking for. A small child steps out of the black tunnel with silver trinkets in her pockets. All around her, white snow on the extinguished coke furnaces and on the weather-worn shacks where fathers beat their sons after drinking. The snow melts on your fingers, turning to water.
What's in the east?
The canal you crossed to get here and beyond it. Martinez proper, the district the police forgot to police. There is laughter, lights, attempts at entrepreneurial activity, cynicism. Someone is scraping snow off their windshield at the roundabout, in the midst of which a statue of Philip III serves as a destination for grade school field trips and a fine perch for winter birds.
That's all?
Like all monuments, it's also a warning. 6-story ruins on the south side of the roundabout cast a long shadow over the profligate king.
And further.
A fenced-off yard. There's a truck belonging to a logistics company parked next to the gate. Bright light from a building behind the fence reflects off its hood.
What's in the north?
The abandoned church, one of 2 remaining stave churches, which were collectively called Les Sept Sœurs. The other 6 sisters were destroyed during the Revolution.
And further?
A serpentine strip of land weaving its way into the Martinez Inlet. Unfortunates on the run from the law, from themselves, sometimes hide out on nearby islets. Little dots in the ocean that are occasionally submerged when the tide is high and the weather foul.
And on the islets?
The remains of a camp on a jagged piece of rock, a tent, old dishes and cutlery, long since abandoned. A hermit crab scuttles among the debris, looking for a new shell. Further out, the lights burn bright on Resurrection, way beyond Martinez, a popular spa destination for ample-bodied Ozon kids with equally ample pockets.
And on the other side of the inlet?
Then there's Ozon, but the snow falls too thick. You cannot see that far.
Hey, you can't see this far either. That's what Shivers is all about. Before that, before the curtains are drawn.
The Bay of Revachol, vastness, great depth, over 1,200 meters at its deepest. Water, air brinier than here. It is crisscrossed by huge cargo ships bearing company logos. Wild pines, Zam, Mauryan, and at the farthest reaches of the Bay of Revachol, the shadow of the coalition warship Archer. on perpetual patrol duty, ready to unleash artillery fire if you were to rise up against the market. You shudder.
That certainly doesn't paint quite the picture of international saviors that they would like. What's in the south?
The raised motorway, 881, separating Martinez from Jamrock. Vehicles whoosh past one another day and night, while those who reside in the labyrinthine alleyways beneath the motorway attempt to carry on with their lives in the snow and the slush. And south of the 881 is the Pox.
Fox.
Was once a park, a place for reflection and recuperation for the patients of the old military hospital. In the 20s, it was used as a quarantine center during a measles outbreak that killed many children. Most everyone has avoided the hospital and surrounding park ever since.
Yeah, that's horrible.
The Pox is completely wild now. Evergreen thickets covered in snow and industrial dust. Feral dogs and even wolves roaming in packs. The police try to keep the deepest corners cordoned off.
But still.
Heavy drug users do slip through and hole up in the old military hospital, hoping to find something to get high on among the hastily abandoned supplies, or just to overdose in peace.
Further south.
A line of motor garages with armored carapaces hunched in the cold. A mechanic is hard at work, patching up bullet holes in the side of a Capri 40. These are the garages of Precinct 41. Snow settles on the roof of the repurposed silk mill. It serves as your station. Shivering RCM personnel hurry in and out of the main entrance. Around you, the snow continues to fall. To the west, the ocean swells.
No, it's home. I want more.
The stairs descend to central Jamrock. A man named Cooklove has a snow-covered stall there in the market across the bridge. He sells kebab infested with fly larvae to your colleagues who believe eating it will make them immune to food poisoning.
Oh, that's just grim.
Snow falls on the utility district, the library, the florist, the Sarah Mauritian restaurant that offers homemade wine, and also on the brothels and drug dens, and the chop shops of the Zemliaki. All of this built around a lake that formed in a meteorite strike. At the center of this lake, there is a little ship. There are lights at the bottom of its hull. They are lights directed toward the seafloor, looking for something, like whiskers.
For what?
A chill comes over you, crawling down your back. The sand under your feet is wet. Somewhere in the south, tarpaulin flap in the wind.
Sir, that is not an answer to my question. What's above?
More Coalition aerostatics. Occasionally, lights flash as they maneuver through the falling snow. One large airship carries crates in its belly.
What's below me?
Layer upon layer of sand, poisoned with industrial runoff. The storm drainage, hidden bunkers. Rats scuttle.
I'm glad you can at least be here, Chester. I've missed you. I hope your internet gets better, and I will also punch an ISP for you. Tell me the secret of the sands, Wind.
Someone stuffed a big old polar anorak into a concrete pipe under the boardwalk. It would keep you warm. You would probably never happen across it, but who knows?
Concrete pipe under the boardwalk. Stump your feet for warmth, brushing off the snow.
We should keep moving. Who knows when the snow will let up.
That's such a cool moment. Oh, that's the other side. Okay. Looking back at you from the rust-colored water, you. I do want to at least look at a few things while the night is still young. found the man.
Here we go. Nice and easy. No way out, little guys. Not out of this jam.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices you.
Chat, I found him.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officers.
Is that the police? Why are the police here?
Because you're a fascist. It says so in your description. That's weirder, Chester.
Don't worry, Gary. I'll handle it.
You must be Morel, the cryptozoologist?
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Lena sent me. She's been really worried about you and is waiting for you to get back.
Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the 881.
Yeah, that was me. I broke the water lock with my motor carriage. But it's fixed now. You can go back. I'm too dumb to lie.
You broke the water lock with a motor carriage? There was a billboard in the canal. Not a vehicle. It said Samaran Butter.
No, see, I jumped over the canal in my motor carriage, tearing through the Samaran Butter sign, which fell into the canal, blocking the gates. I used the pawn shop as a launch ramp.
Why?
Because I'm insane?
Insane? Yes, okay, good. But you said the water lock is fixed now, so we can go back.
Correct.
Did he say we can go back now?
Yes, Gary, we can go soon. If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
This is a man possessed, always on the brink of some breakthrough. He won't leave if there's a sliver of hope. The great find might happen today.
Sir, your wife is waiting for you.
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we go in.
He refastens a bit of netting that has come loose in the wind.
His hands are large and weather-worn, but also used to delicate, precise work.
About this phasmid you're looking for.
Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it.
Makes it so difficult to find.
Good question. Being a phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself
Heck
as
no.
plant matter. In this case, the reeds. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there?
That's true.
And I suspect it may have also developed other specialised techniques to protect itself from predators or scientists in our present case.
Sort of specialized techniques.
It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defences that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex.
That you never have.
But I cannot describe how these defences work, much less how they evolved, without studying a live specimen.
Yes, it makes perfect sense. You're beginning to suspect there's something paranatural about this phasmid.
Hey, Paranatural is one of my favorite webcomics. How big is this phasmid?
I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of phasmid, called the Megaphasmodea zoensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm. So,
Seems puny, to be honest.
Why are you so interested in this stick bug? It doesn't seem to be as colorful as some of the other cryptids I've heard.
typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of my, of any, cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defences, find out how it stayed hidden so long.
Hale, what did I do that prompted you to say that? I mean, you're not wrong, but what did I do?
Would be glory itself.
Oh, I recognize that I do have a natural villain laugh, and I can make it more so. You're correct, Chris. And, just for Cahill and everyone else, that wasn't even my full villain laugh. Is more of my cartoon villain laugh, which I like. What have you discovered about it so far?
Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts.
So no one's ever found one?
Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
I'm sorry, Nobu. Have I crushed you with the power of my villain laugh?
Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real. By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition.
Good enough for me.
What would it be like to grasp and hold onto something you think is next to you, or just behind you, like a trace of vapor you exhaled one spring morning as a child? This is what he's searching for. A spectre.
Dina said there has been a sighting of it here in Martinez. Cahill, how dare you? But thank you for the 100 bits. Okay, mister, I can't say your real name. I know you hate that. Could you just give me... And with him in my possession, I'll have samples to make an army of super soldiers. And follow it with the laugh.
Alright, it's decision time. So, would you rather have a punch in the face? Or a kick in the balls?
Honestly, punch in the face if I had to, Stitch. But, fine, Cahill. I'm assuming we're going for cartoon villain down in Secret Underground Lab. Oh, Chester. Not what I expected, but thanks. In which case, Cahill, and with him in my possession, I'll have samples to make an army of super soldiers. Did that do it for you, Cahill? Lena said there's been a sighting of it here in Martinez.
Yes, the most recent sighting was by a couple of teenagers along the coast here. That's what brought us to Martinez specifically.
Yeah, but Chris, Professor Pig isn't really a Batman villain.
It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for this species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream, it probably doesn't matter much anymore.
Maybe the Insulindian phasmid has died out?
I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis.
Oh, nice. Parthenogenesis?
Yes. The females don't need males to reproduce. Makes it easier for a species to survive in adverse conditions.
That's pretty clever.
Yes, the Insulindian phasmid is a very clever insect. That's why it's so damn difficult to catch. But as a scientist, I'll try my best to remain dispassionate.
What about these traps?
Well, they may not look impressive, but Lena designed them quite cleverly, so I'm sure they'll do the trick.
Lena designed the traps?
Yes.
How do the traps work?
Simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid crawls down the funnel and, having eaten its fill, can get back out.
Okay, so basically they're like lobster trap.
At least, that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution, but we didn't want to use anything that might damage the specimen's delicate exoskeleton.
What are you using as bait?
Locusts. Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course. But we've hypothesized that the Insulindian phasmid might occasionally prey on other insects.
Seems like a long shot.
Inside the traps, a number of locusts crawl and tumble over one another in a tiny, chittering swarm.
What will you do if these traps don't work?
They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the failure of previous efforts by other teams, which use plants. We have given this some thought.
The traps do seem to be deftly and thoughtfully constructed. It's clear the cryptozoologist's wife knows what she's doing.
I do appreciate that my chat has just fallen into a discussion of whether or not Professor Pig is a Batman villain. And I don't mean that sarcastically. I think it's hilarious. Let me ask you about something else.
Yes. What?
Lena seems pretty eager for you to return.
And I'm eager to return to her, I assure you. But I can't leave before we finish with these traps. My wife understands that just as well as anyone.
Come on, Morale. We've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back.
I'm with Gary on this one.
And leave the traps? Absolutely not. I won't let Lena down.
Come on, she wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
I didn't know the phasmid was so important to Lena.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting, on record. One of only 4 this century, and it's hers.
She's seen it?
Really? She sighted the phasmid? She didn't tell me that.
Yes. That's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine.
You do not sound well, sir.
Needless to say, you must ask her about the mysterious phasmid.
Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. I can't abandon course now.
Maybe you could go back to the whirling, warm up, and come back to check the traps later?
No. The traps need to be monitored on a regular schedule. What would we do if the phasmid were to starve while we were sipping tea at the hostel?
I could go for some trap setting.
What if we check the traps for you?
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer.
Cryptozoology and detective work are very similar. Actually, no. Number 2 is much more accurate. Chaos is my method. I am its scion.
Well, be that as it may, I'd really appreciate the help.
What do I do if there's a phasmid in one of the traps?
Bring it to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight.
He's not comfortable with the possibility that you'll claim the find, but he's lying about this even to himself.
Where are these traps?
There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula, by the boathouses there. It's very near. Another we set in Land's End, to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there, on your way to the old radio tower, after the church. The third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope, and among them...
He gestures to the trap in front of him.
You should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, But still, better safe and stupid than sorry.
That seems like a lot. Do we really have time for this extracurricular venture?
The pursuit of knowledge is its own justification.
Is it?
He doesn't look too convinced, but the small shrug indicates why not.
If you think it's important, you have been right before.
What if I encounter the Phasmid in the wild?
That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do, I'll spray you with a pheromone mixture I developed. It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent. Will last you about a week.
Lay it on me thick. He douses you with the odd-smelling spray, a double helping as you present your other armpit, then gives you a satisfied nod.
This is the smell of dying reeds, of longing crumbling into the water.
I hope you're not buying this. He dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it would be precious like holy water.
It is precious. A single dose cost me 50 real to develop. Not that I expect you to understand self-financing one's own research.
Okay, you did not take that tone with Kim, sir. I'm ready, let's get to it.
Right, which means you two can pack up and go back to the whirling.
Whatever he thinks about this detour, it's clear that these men are exhausted and in need of assistance.
That's not incorrect, Cahill.
Finally, someone's talking sense.
Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you have any more questions, now's the time to ask. We'll be gone once you get to it.
I think it's intended to lean a little bit more into the Australian stitch.
What about his eager to leave friend Gary there? Talk to him too, perhaps.
Yeah, Gary, you dick.
Hello, I'm Gary. Very generous of you to help us out, officer. Yellow man. I mean, officer.
You're the one with the mug.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out his notebook. Yellow man. That sounds awfully familiar. Something to keep in mind for later.
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization.
Not a lover of the great outdoors?
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Drunks and degenerates, that's my crew. No, sadly, I think I might be a drunk or a degenerate. Maybe even both.
Dark times will do that to good men.
He nods gravely, then shifts his gaze to the pile of soggy logs at his feet.
Serious question time. This man is no innocent. No one is.
You know anything about the man hanged behind the whirling in rags?
Oh, so that's what the RCM in Martinez is about. Great.
Of course.
Great to hear someone's finally taking care of that.
So you do know something about it?
No. Nothing. He was some kind of mercenary. But everyone here knows that.
That's true, I do know.
I'm just glad to hear you're looking into it. That's all.
He didn't kill him or anything, but there's something going on here.
Is this your mug?
My mug? Why would you think that?
You said yellow man. That's not something many people go around saying.
Really? I hear it all the time. All in jest, of course. No offense meant to anyone.
Still seems suspicious. Did I mention the mug was found at the scene of the lynching?
Okay, I admit it. I threw the mug away in the trash container behind the hostel. I know I shouldn't have, and I am very sorry, officer.
This guy would be doing YouTube prank videos if he lived today. And I would hate him for that as well.
You're not going to find me, are you?
Chat, I'll let you vote. I'll let you vote on what happens here. Number 1 will be a small 20 real fine. Number 2 will be a 100 real fine. Number 3 will be the maximum 250 real fine. And number 4 will be just information. I'll let you choose. But he has not endeared himself to me. I will say that much. Chat has decided.
Oh, God. 250? How am I gonna pay that? Okay. I'll work harder. I'll pay it off. I promise. And I'll never do it again. I don't know what got into me, really. Work has been stressful lately. Damn Koiko's price dumping us out of competition.
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing. Nothing. Just answering some questions. Helping out the law.
Here we go. Start pumping that sweet info.
How did you get into the trash container?
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services. CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez.
Why would you need to get into everyone's trash?
So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Hemians run it like a mob.
Yep, everybody else's fault.
I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
Disgraced? No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container.
He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer.
Gary, did you put the clothes of a murder victim, the man who was hanged behind the Whirling in rags, into that trash container?
Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that.
Do.
I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know?
Okay, then what happened?
Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the Whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly. Okay, I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
Right. It was just civic duty.
Hell yeah, Kim.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Civic duty.
As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before.
Holy shit. He stole some of the armor. That's what this is. That's what that sound is. What's that strange sound? You wouldn't know. Yeah.
What sound?
Don't mess with me. I think you know what I'm talking about.
I haven't the slightest. There's lots of weird stuff out here in the reeds, though. Insects, trash. Could be the wind shifting some garbage nearby.
Every day, the wind shifts the reeds and whatever was left in them. Tambourines and condom wrappers, plastic and glass bottles. The smell of decay.
I hope I didn't miss something. You wouldn't know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you?
Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it.
An infant could see he's not telling the truth, but he's too scared to admit more wrongdoing.
What sound?
Maybe confront him with exactly what the sound was.
Really?
He fans his arms out slowly, and this time his motions are soundless.
There's lots of weird stuff out here in the reeds, though. Insects, trash. Could be the wind shifting some garbage nearby.
Every day, the wind shifts the reeds and whatever was left in them. Tambourines and condom wrappers.
How do I confront him
plastic
about
and
this?
glass bottles. The smell of decay.
I hope I could help your investigation, in my small way.
Don't be so relieved yet, Gary. This bad cop may have been in your apartment, admiring your mug collection. Perhaps a little intimidation?
You were surprised to see my colleague, Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sail. I meant no offense, truly.
The lieutenant is a native of Revachol.
Oh, yes. Of course he is. I was just speaking about his connections. Let's change the subject, okay?
Man. This is tough. Because what I want to do is intimidate him first and see if that breaks his composure. It's a white check, and I have a point available. So I could level up my composure further if I don't succeed the first time. Which might not be an awful idea. So I think I'm gonna do that. So Gary, you live nearby, in an apartment, in Martinez.
Sure do, officer.
His eye is narrow slightly. He's wondering where this is going.
And you're a big Man from Helmdall fan.
How?
I saw that ridiculous poster in your apartment, along with all your other colonialist memorabilia.
But why were you in my apartment, officer?
Mr. Everard Clare asked me to get your door open. I figured I'd take a look around while I was at it.
So you work for Everard Clare? Officer, please tell him we're good. No, tell him I'll make it up to him. What have I done? He'll send the muscle after me.
Discussion on this topic is over, Gary.
Of course. I won't do it again. If there's anything I can do to assist you, or the Union, just ask, okay? I'll try to help if I can.
This scared him proper. He's positively melting from fear. Has to prop himself up with a lot of anger to keep it together.
The weather vane has turned. He cannot be unturned.
He clearly liked his squirming. He may even have changed his mind about the whole door opening operation.
Oh, okay. Scared him with the apartment worked very well. But still, chat, I'm gonna need your help. Composure is a motorics skill. So if you would like to, I would be very happy if my motorics got boosted a little bit. That's what would make me happy. Because I want to mess around with him. Nope, no change. Okay. Still, 72% is a good shot.
Is he? He's looking comfortable enough. Maybe it was just beads. Sounded like beads. But what kind of beads might a man like Gary be hiding beneath his clothes?
Why are my rolls so bad all the time? Are you currently sporting some anal beads?
You wouldn't be able to hear if you were wearing anal beads.
Him, okay, thank you.
Please excuse my colleague's humor. Working this murder case is taking a toll on us both. You don't quite have to answer that yet.
Of course.
He forces a grin, no doubt hiding some colossal anal beads up his butt as he does so. Okay. Hey, there was even an autosave. I can go back if I need it. Level up my composure.
Always a pleasure to see an officer. I mean, officers.
Okay, let's try this again. 83% chance.
That shirt looks
There we go.
very uncomfortable.
There we go.
Look at the buttons, barely keeping that thing together, as if something is ready to rip out from underneath.
His massive musculature. No, he is a skinny man. Something worn underneath it?
Yes, like a piece of ceramic armor, for example. One that makes a clicking sound when the plates meet each other, resembling pearls or marbles, stolen from the corpse in a yard near where he lives.
See, you're a connoisseur of high-quality combat gear.
I knew you'd figure it out, officer. I'm sorry I didn't tell you at once. I was ashamed of what I did. And I didn't want you to know.
You see gleaming white ceramic shine underneath. Thin layer of interlocking plates cover his gaunt torso.
We're not detecting falsehood, sire. He's gearing up to admit the truth. This shame is surprisingly sincere.
Gary, what's going on?
Later, Morale. I've got apologizing to do.
No, you've got explaining to do.
Give me that armor, now.
He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the dead man's boots comes into view. Soon it is in your hands, smelling of his sweat.
Yeah, I really hate him. More than I did in my first playthrough.
But so light to hold, like a bag of cotton.
Why did you really put those clothes in the trash?
Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they'd scattered his clothes all over the yard. Everything was smelling. So I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and I had a lapse of honor, sir. I thought, he's a foreigner. They all say he wasn't from here. Only the cuirass was left. So I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning. No one saw me. I took it with me. It was a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys trouble, I wouldn't have... Fuck.
It's okay. It was a loose end, and you are tying it up now.
I'm so fucking sorry I called you Yellow Man. Sealite officers commanded the suzerain's navy. Most of them sided with the king when...
It's difficult to say what the lieutenant thinks of this historic apology. His face does not belie emotions.
Also, that's not really an apology. Why did you lie to me, Gary?
Because I was weak. I should have told you the moment I saw you. But...
The hell, Gary? You in trouble?
I'll explain later.
Do you know who killed the hanged man?
I always thought it was the Union, but I sure as hell won't go around saying that anymore.
Oh.
You have my word. I don't know, and I won't be running my mouth on this subject anymore.
Oh, that's why Everard wanted to scare him.
This is all he knows.
We done here, Gary?
Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again. I won't mess with Mr. Clare either. You have my word.
Thank you for your cooperation. Okay, but I actually did it? I actually did it. Assume this counts as a shirt? It does. I have to temporarily take off the jacket just to see. That's very good. Oh. Okay. These soggy logs smell of ignition fluid. Still, they won't light up. Good. Okay, it's late, but I'm just gonna head back to check at least one or two of the other traps. They said there was one somewhere along here. Ah, it's on the other side, probably. Oh? A kick drum pulse. The music is coming from somewhere on the ice. The school of fish huddle around the fence post. They scatter into the dark. Mums. Before you, a drawbridge. It can only be lowered from the other side. Full of holes. Could the posts hide treasure? Look inside. Oh! I'll take the free booze, I guess. And the money in the posts. All of these have something in them. That was unexpected. Is this the church? It is. You feel the shadow of a very large building fall on you. Dusty pews in the shadows. Many seem to be missing. Thank you, Josh. An altar shrouded in dark. Or something like that. It's too dark to tell. Okay, so this is not helping me find the trap I'm looking for. I don't want to keep Kim up too far past his bedtime. I know where one of the traps is. I'll go for that first. You guys still here?
Tequila sunset.
I know there's something really cool you can do with those guys. But apparently not yet.
A drop in temperature, an easy flow of air, an empty street. Before you, a thoroughfare unjammed with lorries. No more drivers smoking on hitch steps. Just silence.
What did the smoke smell like?
Chemically sweetened. Across the road, a forgotten bus stop. Corrosion has opened a hole in its roof. An elm tree watches over the building. Its branches are dripping with rain and snow. The road is smooth and motley. Craters filled with a black asphalt. The asphalt, first laid, is grey already. A row of tenements are under construction in the distance.
Who are the people who live across the road?
A tub warm with water, white with soap. A man bathes while radio waves transmit the lottery numbers. 4, 18, 21, 4, 1. A modern washing machine rattles a drawer full of silverware.
What about the bus stop?
Number 312D. Young girls used to come here, huddled up, hoping for more warmth than their thin coats give them.
Enjoy your pilk,
The bus
Chester.
took them to school. It has not run for 8 years. There were not enough girls to sustain its cost.
What about the road?
Craters pocked the surface. Children played in them until heavy trucks full of black pitch rolled in. The landowners have filled the craters with money. It is a vital artery of the flow of trade. There's one bump on the road. A dead dog lies flat about 200 paces away, right at the turn.
I do love that emote combo. A dead dog?
Tragedy comes from the wheels of a fast RCM vehicle, hurrying to work. The cold washes over you. The sound of the sea has grown distant.
That's enough.
The wind moves the aerosol. A detective stands behind the boom barrier. A breeze moves a curl of his hair.
Well, yeah, Chester. He's drooling at the thought of Pilk. Like any normal person would. Is this the same lady? Looks like a kid.
Aye, the sea's
No.
gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's in your mind, officer?
No. I definitely don't want to get her signature. It can be either. Chester, don't be so rigid in your thinking. Pre-pilk drool can also be pre-puke drool. Wait, I saw the dang thing. Where is it now? There it is.
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one you saw Morel set before. Same mesh, same wiring.
Look around.
The reeds bend forlornly toward the sand. Snow covers the broken stalks like a shroud, and they shimmer, ghostly, in the darkness. In the east, the city center hums to you. The constant, distant song, louder on this part of the coast, nearer somehow. And there's that cold again. Always the cold.
Reach for the trap.
Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go.
No need to grin. Actually, no. Damn, I was hoping it would be in the first one.
No, you weren't.
Why you have to be mean, Kim? Stitch, does it make you feel any better that I succeeded the first time I played? Or is that insufficient? Also, legit, I'm gonna pull out my flashlight. It's getting dark. Which, I mean, it's after 11 p.m. Of course it's dark. Remember this.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
Wow. Even with a very high interfacing score, I need a double 20 to win this. What is this thing anyway?
It's military. A service depot of some sort.
Used to service what?
The washerwoman mentioned a depot up the coast. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay. This might be it.
So, out of curiosity, since this does not seem to be a story central thing, ooh, these rusty gears used to turn the whole machine. How would chat feel about me safe scumming that door open? Wait, rock? Money rock. Cool, Chester's on board. Yeah, 3 votes to do it, and definitely not the same person 3 times.
A familiar apparatus lies among the reeds, another one of Morel's traps, weighed down by stones to keep it in place. This trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of any cryptozoological beast inside.
Another empty trap.
How are you enjoying the cardio, Lieutenant? I'm quite enjoying it myself.
Always up for a good jog. Otherwise, would I still be on this case with you?
Aww. Chat, we did it again. He smiled.
The reeds shake sadly in the coastal breeze. Snow specks the stalks. Most of it melts quickly, relinquishing form to darkness. The wind picks up here, near the cape's end, surrounding the narrow strip of land from 3 cardinal directions.
I just want to see what's at the end here. Possibly more money. Cigarette butts cleaned away under a rock. Okay, so not. Teomitiri seems important somehow. Someone's made a campfire a long time ago. Yo, a rusted broken control box. A scented scarf. Tiny inlets there, off in the distance where the post trails outward. The ladder is too rusty to climb. The sea air has eaten away at it. Okay. Now it's time to save scum that door open. I know it's not necessary. But I've been curious since the first time I played.
An old door, worn by element. You rattle the handle a bit, then push on the door with all your weight. It does not budge. Not only is it locked, it's also jammed shut.
Ah, the door's shut tight. How can we get in there?
We don't get in there.
What do you mean? We get into, like, everywhere.
Frankly, you're just going to have to accept the fact that you can't get in through every single door.
I'm not gonna accept this. This door could be part of the investigation.
Relax. No one's hiding in there. If we can't open it, others can't either. And thus they can't get in.
And since that's a red check, I can never do it again. I do feel like either ridiculous luck or save scumming is the only way to open this door. And since it's a weird thing, that's kind of fine.
An old door, worn by element. You rattle the handle a bit. Yes.
Although I will say, if it takes too long, what I'll do, not for this stitch, there's no realistic way to improve my chances. Because my interfacing is good,
worn by elements.
but there's
the depot.
But it
The
doesn't
wind has
even
blown
count
a sand
towards it.
dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened. You rattle the handle a bit, then push.
If it takes too many attempts, what I'm going to do is I will open this just before the start of next stream.
An old door, worn by element. You rattle the handle.
Yeah, I'm rattling the handle. I get it. Cahill didn't say that, but Cahill is correct that sometimes save scumming is the cool thing to do. As in this case.
An old door, worn by element. You rattle the handle.
I don't want to rattle the handle. I want to open the door. It must, Stitch.
An old door, worn by element. You rattle rattle the handle a bit.
I wonder if this game has like a safe scum detection.
An old door, worn by Elysium. You rattle the handle a bit, then
What?
push on the door with all your weight. It does not budge. Not only is it locked, it's also jammed shut.
Interesting. I rolled a double 6. It's genuinely unopenable. Okay. Because double 6 is supposed to be success every time. This door is literally unopenable.
We don't get... Frankly, you're just going... Relax. No one's hiding in there.
Wow. But I got enough points to potentially level up or get a new thought. Oh. Oh, I can get a new thought. Yeah, I can go oops all thoughts. For being head empty, I've got surprisingly many thoughts. The question is, do I go Jamrock Shuffle or some kind of superstar? I wonder if Jamrock Shuffle would have helped me to open that door. Seems unlikely, but it's possible since this is all about opening things. Or superstar is... Nah, superstar doesn't seem like it'll make me a good cop. This seems like it'll help me open things. And good cops open things. I guess. So it was just called... The thing is, it had the description unopenable. So it might legitimately just not be able to be opened. Now I'm just looking for the last of those traps. And we should be good to finish off this day. And I mean in-game day, not stream. Not gonna stop streaming now, don't worry. Okay. Check the trap Morale just set up. Check the trap near the boat houses west of the Feld building. Okay. Genuinely, it might be something like that, Stitch. Or the Feld building. Oh, things. Things I can inspect. A postcard. Fancy spectacles.
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad.
Touch it.
The cloth, if you can still call it that, makes a soft crunching sound as you thrust your finger into it.
Crunching is not the right word for clothing. Take a closer look.
It's streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed. A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the crust of filth.
Please tell me you're not taking that with you.
It might be a clue.
A clue? You think our suspect is a seagull who's been defecating on unsuspecting jacket?
It could have been multiple seagulls.
You should still take it.
Filthy jacket. Oh, it's not even clothed yet.
As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound.
Man, how did this jacket get so disgusting?
It's a sordid, filthy tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it?
Think about it.
It occurs to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit that ensconces it. It smells like a dead sea creature, tangled in grey strands of seaweed. It must have spent quite some time in the water before the tide deposited it ashore.
Okay, but what's the crust made of?
Somehow, it was carried or dragged to the boardwalk. If not by human hands, then perhaps the feral dogs that prowl the beaches at night.
Okay, that's pretty disgusting. I've had enough.
Why? Why did you think about it? Look at your hands. They're covered in muck.
You... Maybe if I wipe my hands on my pants. Sir! May I draw your attention to my uncovered thighs? No, flick my hands.
Now you're just flicking that shit everywhere. This is a disaster. You'll never get the smell out.
Well, that was a terrible decision. And I don't... Okay, so I don't wear it at least. Because that would have been even grosser. Big wine canister. It's open and empty. Oh no.
Smell. It's awful and familiar.
Hold on. What is... that is awful.
It doesn't help. You can still smell it. Keep it in now. Don't overreact. Breathe.
What is it?
Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency. That faintly cloying sweetness. Only death smells like that. Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear.
Heads up, Lieutenant. Something's not right here.
The lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose.
Yeah, I vaguely remembered this.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin.
Examine the cigarette
Whoever
package.
tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra.
Nothing there is super important.
A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper.
This is such a sad one.
Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the right leg. The fall has left him broken, contorted like a sad puppet.
Drunk, walking along here, slips through one of the cracked boards and breaks his neck.
The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's definitely heading there.
Hold on.
Lieutenant squats next to the corpse and examines his face. Two bulging eyes stare back at him, void of any signs of life.
Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
Stands up and shivers as a gust of wind blows through his bomber jacket.
Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself. Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe.
Study the man's clothing.
He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest.
Search his pockets.
You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into two. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
Study the man himself.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole. You have to be quite inebriated to fall that bad. Well over a liter of pure ethanol. 3 bottles of wine, or 1.5 of spirits.
Examine his face.
His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his moustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. He was confused when he died. Confused and alone, most likely. Overcome with the awful surprise of it all.
Ugh, that's horrible. Study the surroundings.
There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist.
Examine the man's head.
A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you?
No, just this one at the back of his head.
Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
Step on the floorboards.
They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile. You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your feet.
Examine the bottle.
A .75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside. It's mid-market spirits with a slight touch of menthol. The man meant to enjoy himself, have a good time.
Tear all around us.
He looks at 2 other bottles forgotten near the coin-operated viewer. Examine the chewing gum wrapper.
Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall.
Look in.
The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too. Confirmed. Nearly the whole pack is there.
Oh.
Solidified on his lower rear teeth.
Ate several pieces.
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
Who is this man?
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here.
He looks south the way you came.
But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
At least this man knew how to party. Imagine the same scene without the bottle. Now that would be just sad. This is an omen, a sign from above. Don't start drinking again.
Yeah, I'm on board with Inland Empire. He looks like me. I could have ended up just like him, dead on some empty boardwalk with a bottle next to my corpse. Oh no!
Well, at least you're not married.
The lieutenant points at the ring on the man's left hand, the flesh around it swollen and grey.
Or, what if you are?
But let's try to not run ahead. For now, all we know is that he's an unidentified middle-aged man found dead on the Martinez boardwalk.
What do you think happened here?
Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive.
Do you think he was drunk?
Oh, yes.
What about alcohol poisoning and liver failure?
Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure.
What about the kebab?
What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the parks.
I don't think anyone can really be held responsible. Broken down infrastructure in a poor area.
It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure. although there's still a question of identifying the body.
What should we do with him?
From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
Hold on, what about field autopsy?
A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal, and this looks like a simple accident to me.
Yeah, it does.
I'd say we should just write down head trauma in the autopsy report and leave it at that. It would save us at least 2 hours of unnecessary work.
You're right, I don't see anything criminal here. Let's leave it at that.
Good call. The guys at processing can take care of the rest.
We found him. We should finish this.
Alright, we should first examine the library card you found. Then we can call the station from my kinema. Let them know we are taking the case.
How very sad. Look, let me check the card.
The library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53.
Well, I think we know who it is. Look inside.
Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinton Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too.
Look at the backside.
If lost, please return the card to the library.
We've got a number.
005
Good.
02 55211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours, 900 to 1800.
They're closed now, which makes sense.
Good. We should give them a call from my kinema. See if we can learn anything about Billy Mejean.
Good idea. There was plenty of information here to go by.
Okay, well... that was a depressing way to end the night. And I still don't even know where the... where that dang trap is. Should be somewhere around here. Heck. Chad, am I a big dum-dum for not finding this trap? The answer is yes, you can just tell me. I keep hitting tab to highlight stuff, but the stuff I highlight isn't helpful. Why, thank you, Chester. Anyway, I can honestly check those in the morning. I think it is time for sleepy time.
It's getting cold. This late in the night. Time to call it a day.
Hello, Summer. Good night, Kim.
Good night, officer. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
You don't need to apologize, Summer. And I'm pretty sure I know who the voice actor is. I would guess, based on something I saw earlier, that it is Dominic Armato, voice actor for Guybrush Threepwood. Wrong one. Yeah, the only thing is I'm still looking for one of the traps and I can't find it.
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin.
Is shaving the right call?
The water reflects back a vague image of your face. Nose bulbous and red, hair unkempt, wrinkles lining the eyes and forehead. The stash is gigantic.
Summer, I saw it somewhere on Twitter. I don't know, Chester. But they tend to be.
You'll be looking like a pansy without the chops. A fucking pansy.
That's fine. Yeah, let's try shave. Hand-eye coordination, 83%.
Like an artist with a brush or a master swordsman, you use the small mirror and the straight razor with some soap to remove all that unkempt hair from below the nose line.
One of those two, Summer. I think Cressup does ring a bell.
The sharp blade chafes against your skin.
Oh,
reducing
now
the
I look
stretch inside.
miserable.
The surface underneath the beard feels tender. The air brushing against it, chilly.
Feel your clean-shaven cheeks.
They feel so smooth, surprisingly so. A feeling of freshness overcomes you, as if you just came from a cold bath.
Was shaving the right call?
The water reflects back a vague image of your clean-shaven face. Despite the bulbous nose, unkempt hair, and persistent swelling, you look a little younger, maybe.
Yeah, that portrait.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it, such as it is. A regular, clean-shaven police officer.
That portrait is way too accurate.
The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest.
It's asleep.
Across the room, the heating system hums its soft lullaby. The mattress feels soft and sheets warm. It only takes you moments for the world to fall away.
Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street.
Hi, buddy.
Recorded in you forever on Faraday.
Spinning, spinning. Tell me, am I dreaming? Taint sympathy.
No, you're spinning tapes at the discotheque. The great unceasing disco of the mind. The flash, the bang, the endless learning experience.
Spinning in eternity.
On and on it goes, for untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance.
Oh no.
Rising, rising, above the dark curvature, the great wingspan of sleep, studded with stars. Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time, the last time, the smoke in her mouth, the plotted flowers, the faces turning, changing.
What is it?
It's the world, Harry boy, and you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now.
Oh, I think I can, unfortunately.
You can never forget this shit.
The rain, the snow. I don't want to. It's beautiful. Enjoy your lurk, Chester.
Beautiful. It's stuck on loop, whirling, spitting out words and images. You're the son of the world again. Harrister, a ceaseless agent, picking up litter and old newspapers, collecting collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless, meaningless keepsakes.
Well, that's just mean.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
That's right. I am an agent of the world.
You'll go insane if you keep going like this. One more day, and you'll be in the loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man?
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth.
Yeah, that's true. It doesn't fix any of this, but still. You have to do something.
'Cause only love can break your heart.
Feel the pillow under your cheek.
Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
And whose fault was that?
Do it for the wind.
Open your eyes. Yeah, that's basically how I stand up every morning. Do I have to shave every day?
See a bowl of
I do not.
Yes?
So, I shaved. Yeah, I see that now, Smage.
Yes. I don't know what to say. Perhaps,
What is it? You can tell me, Kim.
I'm not really sure about this turn of events. I think the mutton chops might have been a better idea. They sort of seem to cover up some of the...
Him! Oh, like a knife through the heart.
damage.
Either way, good on you. You were saying?
No, it's fine, Kim. I know you don't love me anymore. You only ever loved who I was, but not who I am. Now where is this heckin' trap? Near the boathouses. Okay, but I've been there. Yeah, but I haven't had a single drink in the 3 days that I've been playing this game, which is not a lot, but you know. Wait, wasn't there a thing where my brain was telling me to look under the floorboards, but I didn't know how to look under the floorboards? It must not have been here. Yeah, I want to do the traps. Not for Morel, he's stinky. But for Lena, who is not stinky and good. Relax, it's not yours. You didn't crash every MC in Revachol, hopefully. The fact that there's any doubt about that is concerning. Thank you for the 2 bits, Shadow Mage. That double penny drop. Okay, this is ridiculous. I cannot find this other trap. Check the trap Morel just set up in the cryptozoologist camp. I know where that is. Check the trap near the boathouses west of the Feld building. I think part of the problem is directions in this game are not always clear. Where is west? See, this feels like it should be where it is. Wait, there's money up there. How do I get up there? There was money up there. I want the money. Chat, am I dumb for not finding this, or is this hard to find? Okay, but also, how do I get there? Oh, this is where it was.
This trap's not too hard to spot, once you know what to look for. Keeping it hidden has nothing but locusts in this
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we're done.
You getting tired?
No, I'm fine. I didn't mean to complain, it's just...
He's short-winded.
Behind you, the ruins of a residential building rise over the reeds, shielding them from the wind. The reeds rustle confidently. When this district was booming, the reeds were kept at bay. Nothing obscured the freshly painted facades. Nowhere for drunks and adventurous teenagers to hide. Now only the wind blows.
The boathouse is shoddily constructed. A strong breeze might blow it over. Okay, this is the boathouse that they were talking about. I thought it was something completely different. Ancient paint is peeling off the roof of this shaded bench, covered in rust. I thought the boathouses were near my shack.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Look, Kim, even more bullet holes. Something's definitely gone down here.
Correct. The density of the bullet holes is unusual. Even in a general average bullet hole frequency in Martinez sense. Grim affairs. Meaning, this is a lot of bullet holes. Looks like fully automatic rifle fire. Something you don't see these days.
Why not?
The manufacturing and sale of automatic rifles was curtailed after the revolution. The destructive power of such tools proved to be too much. We do need to retain some humanity in this world.
Wow, certain senators probably need to play this game. Hello, Nerf. Well, 17% chance. Why this many bullet holes?
Unable to piece together the big picture just now. There's a hole in their hypothesis.
I wasn't even far short. I'm dumb.
The scattering of bullet holes looks like one giant smiling mouth, smiling its deadly smile, laughing at you and the world and the living.
Nothing more I can do. The sign says no entry, I assume. An old ticket taker booth, no longer in operation. People paid money to park here? No one would pay now. Money. The boards crack dangerously as you run. Be careful here. The door is not only barred shut, it is inaccessible. A very logical hat. I don't know why that hat is so logical, but it is. Excuse me. Now, it doesn't look like there's anything more I can do here. Can I not walk up here? Doesn't look like it. Ooh, oversized superstar sunglasses. Nice. How are my thoughts coming along? Boy, that's going to be a long one. Jamrock Shuffle is better. A box with money in it. The only thing that matters.
This is the last of the traps. The one Morel just set. Checking it over, he said, is just a technicality. The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here.
Look closer.
No locus.
It's empty. Morel didn't leave it empty. No, I'm not going to yell. I'm just going to look closer.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there, I just see an empty trap.
The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others. Like someone or something picked the trap up and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
Actually, I do get the feeling that someone or something may have messed with the trap.
Perhaps our cryptozoologists have competition in the form of an actual entomologist, or someone else is sabotaging them. I could present more theories, but then I would be taking this on as a case, which I'm not.
Yeah, it probably wasn't the Phasmid, but still, Morel needs to know.
We did, sort of, promise to tell them, didn't we?
Look around.
The reeds by the abandoned campsite hiss and shake. The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp can still be seen in the sand. The fire that's gone out. You feel strange, somehow.
I like that there's money all over in this game. These heavy military blockades are riddled with bullet holes, crumbling. Ooh, a thought.
That patch of reeds over there, it's a great place to hide something. Kind of out of the way, being so close to the water.
Wait, I can't see anything interesting.
You don't have a reason to. Yet.
What is this about?
Nothing. Just a hunch. The hunch passes, leaving you there, by the old boy bobbing in the water. Time to go.
Well, that was certainly a thing that happened. I don't know what you could possibly be talking about, Smage. The sign reads St. Brune 1147.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
Ugh. Rattle the doors.
Nothing happens, only the sound of the padlock rattling against the door.
I don't think that's going to work.
High above, the wind wraps the church in its rush, cold and wet from the ocean bay. It parts around the massive keel-shaped roof, like a test tunnel washing both sides, the way it has done for 340 years. The wind keeps its distance. So should you.
Is this feeling?
There is a hole in my heart.
Excuse me? Shivers, that is not what you normally sound like. Smage, it's fine.
The lieutenant looks at the padlock. He didn't hear you asking. You were quiet enough.
Inspect the carpentry.
The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. 2 large beams shoot downwards, sinking into the wood before they reach the threshold.
Run your hand over a beam.
The surface is smooth from the wind, but moist to the touch. Feels exceptional. 300 tons of pine would fit together seamlessly. It's old too, cut and carved many centuries ago.
Take a closer look at the padlock.
This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. The lock is adorned with a yellow sticker. It'll be easier to break the staple than the lock. Also, that sticker is interesting, somehow.
Look at the sticker.
You see a yellow circle with 2 X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but what the symbol depicts is clear enough. A smiling dead guy. The curve makes it smile, and the X's make it dead.
Have you seen this symbol before?
He takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean before inspecting the sticker. Then he looks up, pauses, and replies.
No.
What does it look like to you?
Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency.
What is suggestive of junior delinquency here?
I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth.
Oh. Okay, Kim, I guess. Inspect the staple.
The padlock passes through a staple that's been hastily attached to the wood. Closer inspection reveals that one of the screws is not a screw at all, but a nail. The work has been done recently and is unprofessional, to say the least.
Try to peel off the sticker without ripping it. It's easy, and I've got very high interfacing. Watch me double one this.
There's nothing like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb.
Put the sticker in your ledger after the last entry where it belongs.
Looks like today was a gold star day.
Secret task complete. Style your paperwork. This game's amazing.
If you really think we should get in there, we need to find some other way.
Should we start with that kick drum coming from the ice?
Yes, the pulsing bass. An indication of junior delinquency.
But how can we get there? There's no way across. No, legit. I actually don't remember how to get there, and nobody must tell me. Smage. The drunks are not here today. Wait, can I not go that way? I legit thought I could go that way. Okay, let's head back into town. We can tell Morel about the traps. Well, specifically the one trap that was interesting. And we can also call the station and get information on the dead man. No, not that one, the other one. Oh? Excuse me, gentlemen?
That's one brutal motor carriage.
Says the young man with this thing written on his back.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
His companion wears a simple yet elegant slogan, "Fuck the world."
A snazzy shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, like, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors. Cops' heads. Scary tribal shit.
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would have proper skull value.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality. Man, if we were certified skulls right now...
Who are you?
I can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches or skulls.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and... On the contrary.
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, cop man, is we're not part of the skulls yet.
You know, Smage, that's actually a fair point. Who are the skulls?
You don't know? What kind of cop are you?
I'm so glad you asked.
The question was rhetorical. The skulls are the most vicious gang of the Besmertnay.
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever. Jacking carriages and getting into high-speed chases.
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi.
Non-verbal?
If a skull spots you, he will pull out his dagger and stab you without saying a word.
Oh. Oh, that's unpleasant.
The lieutenant's voice is as calm as usual, a testament to the violence and death he's witnessed through the sight of his firearm.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, or you can find them loitering around the brightly painted bottom-lighted vehicles.
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive.
Are they?
No, they really aren't. It's porno tuning. Say no to the porno.
You know anything about the murder that took place here?
Murder?
A man was hanged in the backyard of the Whirling in Rags?
Yeah, sure. We'll gladly tell you everything we know about it. It was a man.
Also, he was hanged.
Don't fuck around. I'm the law.
He was hanged from a tree.
Yeah, I mean, duh.
I hate them.
These punks don't know anything. Let's just move along.
Hey, stop right there. How does one know anything?
What does that mean?
Fucking philosophy, man. You can do aggressive shit with philosophy. Justify shit.
Like murder, or wasting your life away.
Do you guys know Cindy the Skull?
Oh yeah, Cindy's a right proper skull.
Well, she hasn't stabbed me, so...
Yeah, a true artist of the future. Just like Arno van Eyck.
Whomst?
By the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards.
Odd. There isn't a hint of hate in them. It's like they're pissed and fuck the world out of some kind of moral obligation. The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
Who's Van Eyck?
Old man, it doesn't matter. You'll be long gone before his greatness is recognized.
I mean, at the way I was drinking 3 days ago, like, he could have been recognized tomorrow and that would have been true.
A young woman kneels on a sheet of ice, as if looking for something lost ages ago. She bends until her right ear touches the frozen water. She listens to it crack, slowly.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm pretty old.
Yep. Old as fuck.
Yeah, man. It's like at death's door. No wonder you know nothing about the future. You won't be there.
Why aren't there more skulls in Martinez?
The Union does their share of policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are concerned. That's why there isn't much organized crime around here.
Apart from the unions themselves, of course.
Of course.
Don't you worry about that. We're gonna make up for the deficit.
Yeah, we are.
Enough about this scullery then.
Mm-hmm.
What's with the jackets?
What about them?
Why does your jacket have piss fat written on it?
Well, first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person, even though the statement has character. And I do like piss.
Oh? Oh, you just straight up admit that.
The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things being defined as they seem, not as they are. And, I guess, it's also about communal spirit, the future, and truly appreciating our differences.
Is it? Is it really?
Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. And since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, attention, it is imperative that the medium itself convey the message.
What?
What I mean by this is, we are all piss and that the world is inherently meaningless.
Why do you have fuck the world written on your jacket?
Like I said before, many men keep searching for the one, for so-called true love, which is actually just obsession masquerading as kinship. The thrill of the chase, the hollowness that fills your chest cavity after catching it.
I'm wondering if the poetics come with the jacket, or are they derived from something else entirely?
I mean, it can come from both.
To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though...
That's a terrible metaphor.
You get more fish in a shorter time. And, for time is of the essence and fleeting ever so quickly, one must think of a way to fuck the whole world and not get caught up in fucking some one. Because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing. And that, to me, feels glorious. Sticking your dick into the void.
These two have some weird kinks.
Is it a coincidence that here we have 2 badass jackets and 2 badass cops?
Hey, Kim.
Yes?
Do you think it's a coincidence?
What is?
There are 2 of us and 2 of these jackets.
What are you implying?
Which one would you wear?
I'm not sure I understand you, detective.
Are you more of a piss fat or a fuck the world kind of guy?
Neither.
Come on, Kim, it's just a mental exercise.
Fine, if only to end this discussion. Theoretically, if I were a juvenile delinquent, if I were to already be down that path, I think piss is the stronger of the 2 statements.
That works. I feel more like a fuck the world kind of guy.
Seems about right, especially considering your heroic exit attempts.
So are we done here? Or you don't need us around for your secret whisper party, do you?
Oh, I have to. I have to, Chad. You know it's important. I don't even want a boost. I just want this to happen as it happens.
These guys
No!
aren't scary. You're not scary. I have nothing to work with here. It's either begging or bullying, or both. Just ask them, maybe.
I'm so sad. Gentlemen, I need your jackets.
Why?
Look at the shit I'm wearing.
Yeah, like he said, total shit. What about it?
Wearing horrible clothes to catch horrible people. It's depressing.
The lieutenant looks down at his bomber jacket and shrugs, obviously content with his uniform.
Fuck it. I don't deserve a cool jacket. I suck.
Fine. Fuck it. Here. Take
What?
it. I can't handle this sad shit.
It worked?
It's true. He simply can't. It's called empathy.
Have a good nap, Kale.
Wow. I did not see that coming. You better wear that jacket with pride.
Fuck that. You're not getting mine. My dad's a lawyer in La Delta. He'll have your badge.
No, he won't.
I asked you for it.
The lieutenant is lightly amused by the situation.
Turn to Kim. I know you said you're more of a piss fat kind of guy, but we only have one jacket, and I want it. No, I'll be kind to Kim. Fuck it, we don't need the other one. You said that you're more of a piss fat kind of guy, so I got the jacket for you.
I'm not wearing that jacket.
Why not? You could really raise hell. Go undercover, hard.
I don't think this case requires us to go undercover or raise hell. In fact, I don't think the jacket will be useful at all.
Okay, well, I'll keep it then.
Do. I'm fine with that.
Look at this cute shit. How can we become skulls if you go around fraternizing with cops? Let's get the fuck out of here before anyone sees us.
Fuck. I'm sorry, man. I just don't like confrontations, that's all.
The Jamrock Shuffle. In a way, yes, you are treasure hunting. Most officers from Precinct 41 do what is called the Jamrock Shuffle, cracking open containers. Most of them are from Jamrock or Coal City, the poorest parts of Revachol, that also overlap with the network of royal catacombs called Le Royaume, just beneath the streets. As children, you would all go underground, hoping to find treasure, and come back with a rat's tail or a used needle. That playful curiosity must still be in you. Who knows, maybe one day the Orbe de Montagne, the Holy Scepter, and the Cocaine Skull will all be yours.
Find better loot in locked containers. That's quite cool, actually. But, yeah. +1 drama, -1 authority. That makes sense. Oh, hell yes, chat. Oh, hell yes. Now that is what a real man looks like. I think we can all agree. You know, this is a very funny game. Why do I have the bad logic glasses on? Do I have better glasses? What's my authority? My authority is completely neutral at the moment. But I need good logic, not bad logic, because my brain doesn't do the working very well.
Hello, sir. How is the investigation going? Found any curses yet?
Yeah, I found a way into the doomed commercial area.
Oh, that's great! I hope exciting adventures lie ahead. And maybe you can help Mother become less afraid.
I'll try to do that, girl. Does she have anything new for me?
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Good lord, that's a terrible name for a store.
Okay, but please, only a few questions. You wouldn't want to disturb the spirits.
Have you sought help from anyone?
Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists, and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards. The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building.
I love this
Even
woman.
though now
She's
I
mad.
fear it's not enough.
Is your pendant part of the wards as well?
Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans, with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books.
Well, I haven't bought any books.
There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%.
Guaranteed? What about the wards on the back door? Are these Simonese as well?
Yes, the Simonese are very crafty, and their wards are extremely powerful. Lesser wards simply won't do here.
Yeah, but nothing's cursed. Why didn't you just tell me right away it's the curse?
It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism, it's dangerous. Talking about the void wraiths angers them.
The void wraiths? Good lord.
Such wraiths may prove a formidable enemy. Suit up.
How does this curse manifest
The
itself?
curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation. It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
You're doing fine.
Didn't that curtain just move?
It did not. Ah, Annette mentioned that the previous tenants have experienced some financial troubles.
It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the cacodemons, feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements.
Caco demons? I only know them from Doom, ma'am.
There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
Sounds familiar.
Strange. I feel unwanted too. What does it mean?
Truly so? Perhaps the dark energies are leeching off you. You shouldn't stay in the store too long. It may be dangerous.
Never mind, I had other
The woman
questions.
before you scans the store.
No. For some reason I thought she had something more to say. But I was a fool. Oh yes, let me report back to Morel and, more importantly, Lena quickly.
It's great to see you again, officer. My wife can't wait to thank you. Go on, talk to her.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
Thanks, Spot. That makes me feel better. Also, thanks, Summer. Just doing my job, ma'am.
Here, I want to give you a small token of my gratitude.
Thank you for
It's
the
a
dukes.
tie, Mexican origin. The pin is an antique, quite special.
Oh.
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull with 8 eyes.
You never told me you've seen the Phasmid.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings.
I do.
Ramblings? Nonsense. Your description of the Phasmid is the most precise I've ever heard.
But darling, I didn't even get the size of it right.
You were a child, my dear. Really. It's extraordinary what you were able to describe. Now go on. Tell our friend about it. He's proven his interest in the field.
I have.
Reflexively, the lieutenant readies his familiar notebook.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When, all of a sudden...
What happened?
I looked up, and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I'd never seen anything like it. The reeds turned into a creature.
She had no fear, just surprise.
I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds.
Did you follow it?
I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there, knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
Where did you go? Don't go.
Then what?
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That sort of thing. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel.
He took you seriously.
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report of the Elysium
Chair?
plasmid I've ever heard. The sounds. She told me it hissed.
Chair, how dare you? This is illegal, but hello. Thank you for the raid. StarCraft 2, I assume, is part of your archipelago. Which, if I had more time, I would be getting into. Because I would like to add Subnautica to the list of things people play on the archipelago. It looks like a lot of fun. But yeah, how'd you enjoy it?
It did, yes. Like reeds in a gust of wind.
The way it moved, the colour, how some of its limbs were white, like marble. It matched perfectly with what I know from other accounts. It was amazing.
When I say add, Chair, sorry, I meant add as in add a person playing it to our group. Not add its availability. No, if I were going to put in the work to make a game available, it would be Bella and Wonderworld just for the memes at this point. Because honestly, I think it would be pretty funny.
If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she restored my faith in my profession.
They call me
Mage?
How
dare you? Also, I'm very confused by that. I don't believe Smage is online. So, how Smage had 3 viewers is amazing. But thank you for the raid. How was your Beat Saber stream, which apparently just happened? Limbs were
Not
white?
all of them. There is some white coloration reported, along with beige, where the camouflage ends.
Oh, I know you can raid while offline. I'm just surprised you had viewers while offline. How big was it?
It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case.
Ah. Maybe you... No, I don't think she did imagine it. What do you think of this, Kim?
I thought it was a wonderful story, man.
That is a great answer.
But I don't believe it. A child left unattended on a warm day. Children make up stories and then end up believing them.
Thank you for sharing this with me.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it. whenever I get one. It was just such an impossibly sunshiny day. So warm.
And she could get up and walk right into the reeds on her own, into the mud, anywhere.
Ha ha! Nothing like the gratitude of a good woman. Now then, what can I do for you?
He tries to play it cool, remain professorial, but inside, this man is itching for some news on those traps.
So I checked all the traps.
Good. Okay. And?
One of them was empty.
Completely empty?
Surprise, tempered with fear and trepidation. He doesn't know what to think yet. Maybe you're joking?
Yes, there was nothing in the trap. No locusts, no phasmid.
No locusts? No phasmid either?
That's not ideal, but...
The empty trap was at one of your campsites. Maybe this factors into it somehow.
I definitely left that one stocked.
Right from the campsite? Just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
Or someone tampered with the trap.
Of course, more clever.
Yes, the Phantasmadeia picked off the locusts and escaped. This is good news, though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps, make them more secure.
Another trip to the reeds.
I don't know. I'm not persuaded.
Why don't you try convincing Morel his hypothesis is invalid?
Thank you for the vote of no confidence, Gary. An officer. I appreciate your concern, but please leave this to the experts. Unless you have an alternative hypothesis you'd like to venture.
You're jabbing at the soft underbelly of his psyche. He realizes he's gotten defensive.
Actually, no. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news too. My gratitude, and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique de Ravachol, is yours.
Man, that does not sound great through a thick Australian accent.
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure? What really happened?
Thank you, it's an honor. We should probably return to our main investigation here. This has been refreshing, but...
Helping cryptozoologists isn't really a priority for our organization, is it? The lieutenant looks out the window, impatiently.
Let's develop an alternative theory. Oh! Something up with the trap, and Kuno's a hooligan. Okay, well, I know what theory the game is going for.
Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed, as though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person, hands small enough to fit inside the trap, too. You should ask the red-headed boy, Kuno.
I think a little hooligan called Kuno may have stolen the locust.
A little hooligan? But what would a child want with bags?
Sir, have you never known a child?
Oh, my dear Morel. You've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost as much as they love to torment old folks.
I'll talk to the little gremlin and see if anything comes up.
Delinquents. My favorite.
He doesn't sound like it's really his favorite. Oh yeah, game? What gave you that impression?
Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please, let us know whatever you turn up. I have a feeling we're getting so close.
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play Suzerainty, but no more field trips for me.
After this is your last chance to talk to Gary.
Really, Gary? We're getting somewhere here. I'd love to play Suzerainty, but...
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it, even if it's bugs. Morel, it's been fun, really, but I need a bath and I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is done, I gotta run.
No need to apologise, Geary. You'd be more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on that game of Sue's Reindeer today, though. We're gonna follow this through.
So, Morel, did you know Gary was hiding the armor?
Hell no. I had no idea. And I'm still cross with him, to be honest. It's not like him. He's got his quirks, but dishonesty, disloyalty are not one of them.
I don't know what got into him, officer. Thank you for letting him off easy. He won't forget it. We'll make sure he won't.
Is there anything more I need from Gary?
Always a pleasure to see an officer of the law. I mean, officers.
No, nothing more from him. I don't think there's actually much more I need to do in the whirling at the moment. Yeah, let's talk to Kuno. Yes, mage? Is it to punch him really hard in his stupid face? Damn it, he's gone. Kuno, have you been awful as usual?
Does Kuno care?
You wouldn't happen to know anything about any missing locusts?
No, Kuno doesn't give a fuck about books.
Oh my god, I told you that shit is lame!
Shut up, see.
Now they're gonna take you to lame prison!
She sounds like she's about to cry, out of disappointment at Kuno's newfound lameness.
What's this about?
Deny everything, Kuno. You need to lawyer up.
Kuno's not gonna say anything without his lawyer present.
There's definitely something going on here. Remember his pig's head shack? You should check it out.
I should.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Very smart thought, reaction speed. It's almost like you're clever. They are, Smage. It's crawling with locusts in here.
Around you, the hisses and chirps of locusts fill the musky air. The
Hello,
earthen
Paula.
floor of the shack has been shaped into mounds of mud, dotted with little holes for windows.
Well, detective, it appears you've solved the case.
The lieutenant looks around, writes something in his notebook, and turns to you.
Of the locusts. For the missing locust case, which is a sub-case of the imaginary insect case. So at least that's going well.
Stop being so sarcastic, Kim. No, I'm a himbo. I don't recognize sarcasm. Yes, precisely what I was thinking.
Yes. I feel we are nearing a real breakthrough.
We should talk to Kuno about this. Get him to stop.
I'll let you handle the Kuno side of things. You are doing just fine.
Paula, everyone's welcome. Including, but not limited to, locusts.
Fuck does Kuno care?
I know you took the locusts from the traps the cryptozoologist set up.
Yeah. Kuno took the books. So what?
So it wasn't the phasmid. A wave of disappointment washes over you.
You say you don't give a fuck about bugs, but then you go and build a whole bug town?
It's not Bugtown. It's the city of locusts. Locusts aren't just bug shit. They come out of the sky like a fucking shadow. Shit descends.
Oh!
Stop!
She wails from behind the fence, then buries her face in her hands.
You stop. It's like their fucking night. Locust City, Night City, City of Rage.
The girl forces herself to watch again, the corners of her eyes twitching from discomfort. The lameness is causing her physical pain. The damage may be permanent.
City of Rage sounds like a cool place.
Kuno, the pig wants to help you. Oh, that's how lame it is. Please just don't say you're...
An artist? Maybe I am an artist. You hear that, everyone? I'm a fucking artist now.
That's great, Kuno. It's cool to make art.
Oh my god, Kuno! He's gonna make you totally lame in, like, 3 seconds. Don't let him, Kuno.
Yo, fuck you, see? Kuno can be what Kuno wants to be. Kuno's his own man.
Hell yes.
Kuno's free.
He tears at the buttons of his shirt, trying to rip them open. They don't give way.
Kuno made himself into Kuno. Kuno can make himself into anything. Kuno can make himself into a pig if he wants. Kuno can make himself into a... Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Don't make yourself into a pig, Kuno. You'll have to take me away.
Oh.
In it, you hear snow melting, dripping from the eaves. Someone closing a window.
Me and Kuno have discussed this. I promised I won't do that.
I don't believe you.
She disappears entirely behind the fence.
For once, the boy is lost for words. He turns completely red now, with splotches of white beginning to appear across his face. Use this momentary confusion to take control of the situation.
I need you to stop taking locusts from the trap. Cryptozoologists are trying to find something very important. Those locusts are bait.
I don't give a shit. I don't need the locusts anyway. Shit is all lame now. C was right.
The girl's face appears again, above the fence, just long enough to make eye contact with Kuno.
Oh, Kuno is awful, Josh. I have to ask, what does the City of Locusts mean?
It don't mean anything. It's shit. Kuno just likes to focus. Kuno likes to concentrate on shit. Build shit when he's zipping hard. Fuck.
He turns his burning face up to the falling rain.
Excuse me, princess.
You're excused, Summer.
Pig, you really shouldn't have fucked with Kuno City. Now it's all fucking lame.
What's gonna happen to the locusts?
Kuno's gonna let the fucking locusts die.
That seems mean, but okay. Now that that's settled, I'd better be off.
The fuck are they trying to catch anyway? With the traps?
The Insulindian phasmid.
Hmm.
Later, Kuno.
Fuck out of here. Kuno's tired of this shit.
There's silence between the two children. They're not saying anything to each other, nor looking in each other's direction.
Yeah, Kuno is not the worst.
Hello, officer. I think I almost have it. A new trap design, that is. I know you're skeptical, but I have a good feeling about this.
I had a chat with this kid, Kuno. He promised to stop stealing the locusts.
So it was just a child.
Thank you for telling us, sweetie. This is good news, right? It means we can try again.
She acts chipper, but something's changed in her tone. A hidden worry. Something is secretly gnawing at her confidence. It's not this Kuno kid or the missing locusts. It's something else.
Yeah, you're right. We just need to restock the empty trap. Then we'll need to inspect the traps one more time. And then maybe we can.
Oh no.
Darling, I told you to take it easy. You're getting sick. Maybe it's time to go home.
You're right, you're right. We can come back next season when it's warmer.
More cardio. Let's do this.
Damn it, maybe I can still restock the traps for you. No, I want to accept enthusiastically. You've come too far to quit. I'm gonna restock the trap. Let's do this.
We are getting really carried away with this, aren't we? Fine, it's better than having these people get pneumonia on the coast. But after this...
He wants to see this tale through as much as you. Otherwise, he'd have stopped this already. But he cannot let it drag out after this.
Really? It's too much, officer.
What Morel means is we're grateful for your help.
Let me hydrate. Thank you, Paula.
Here's a fresh fractured locust. They should slide right down the funnel. And thank you again. We will definitely mention you, should this lead to a discovery. I'm not talking co-discovery, of course, but...
Wow. Co-discovery? You'd be famous. You'd show them all. This does tingle the pleasure center. This would show them all. We need to get you on that list of discoverers. No question about that.
Get going. Man, love me a box of locusts. Always a good time. I forgot I got a fancy old rifle. Just before I finish stream, I do want to phone the...
Inside,
the
you see a
library.
set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Yeah, he is, Smage.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Connect me to Jamrock Public Library.
I'm afraid they're closed. It says here that the library is open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
The card, it said 9 a.m.
We should try again during business hours.
Anything else, Detective?
I need to report a dead body on the Martinez boardwalk.
One moment. Can you please describe the body? Age, sex, cause of death?
An unidentified middle-aged man. Looks like he slipped, fell through a hole in the boardwalk, and hit his head against the metal.
The man was about 173 centimeters tall, stout, with dark hair and a mustache. We suspect he might have been inebriated when he slipped. There were bottles all around him, and traces of vomit on his shirt.
Any signs of violence?
No, seems like it was an accident.
No field autopsy necessary.
You can hear her quickly typing in the background.
Oh, Smage, I'd forgotten about that.
What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes?
He was wearing boots, trousers, and an old leather jacket with a bright blue lining. I found a library card from his pockets.
Any information on the library card?
It's from the Central Jamrock Public Library. Belongs to someone named Billy Méjean.
Good. You have a lead. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else?
We're taking the case.
I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. We'll send someone to take the body to the morgue. That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you?
I'm done with the radio for now.
57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see...
Damn it, I wanted to start working on this other case that's in the middle of my case. Because having one case apparently is not enough. Okay. Ask another about the tattoos. I don't even know who that is. Find out who the lady driver is and where her lorry is. And I know who I can ask, but I don't want to be mean to Tommy. I don't want to get the two signatures for Everard. I remember from the last time I did it, there's a way to kind of trick it, but maybe I need to be smarter and more logical to figure that out. Is Whirling in Rags part of the Doom commercial area? Talk to Guard about this, see what he thinks. Okay, I'll do that. I'm not gonna give Kuno drugs. I'm just not. I'm just not. However, there is something I quickly want to check. I think, let me put on all of my most logical clothes. Yes, that's a sentence I just said. I don't know what your concern is. I'm doing my best, bitch. +1 logic. Is this a logical hat? This isn't a logical hat. Put on my logical hat. Put on my logical jacket. And put on my logical shirt. That's a very big bonus. Do I have a logical tie, perhaps? Ooh, this is an even more logical hat. I'd rather have Inland Empire and Volition, frankly. Okay, cool. +5 logic. I've spoken to all the other drivers I could speak to. That's part of the concern. Let's take a look at this white envelope.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum.
Heck, I need to actually put points in to unlock this. Heck. Kim, what do you think of this?
I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine. I like the print size. They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not a perfect solution, but...
Damn it. Because I know there is a loophole. But my logic
take
is
the legal documents out of the envelope.
really not great.
A 12 to 40 month construction period and the
Okay. So I cannot remember what clothes I was wearing. Yes, that was it. I actually like my logical hat. My perception's still reasonably good, so... What did I have? There was something else I had that was good. What else did I change? I don't remember. Oh well. It's probably not going to be a disaster. Okay. I should have finished stream a few minutes ago. But I want to find somebody other than Tommy who can help me, because I don't want to be mean to Tommy. Tommy is good and deserves good things. This lady is not helpful, unfortunately. I like her.
The woman is still hunched over the railing.
These people aren't useful.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
Heck. And there's nothing I can do with this guy, to the best of my knowledge.
You tell me to fuck off again? I don't know what you're talking about. Listen up, fuckwits. You don't scare me. You cops don't run Evashal West. You don't run Martinez. You don't run anything.
No. He means La Puta Madre.
Oh, maybe I've learned something new that opens up options here?
The name resounds like a bell in the air. A dark gong. You get a bad feeling about it.
maybe I've unlocked... Maybe by speaking to other people, I figured out enough to maybe scare him.
Looks like the lieutenant has a plan. Let him do this.
Chat, can I get through this without making Tommy sad?
Yeah, him.
Yeah. Let Kim handle it. Cross your arms and nod.
Then I presume you are familiar with his peonies.
Yeah, they're his little bitches. He's got them all over the unions.
No, Stitch! That's even worse.
Not just the unions. He has peonies everywhere. Some say he even has them in the RCM. Dirty fucking peonies who'd do anything for him. Multi-ethnic drug addicts.
Say nothing.
You're not peonies. You wouldn't be investigating a drug thing if you were.
Here's the thing, Summer. I tried all of these options before, but I hadn't heard about La Puta Madre yet. So, clearly I just wasn't in the right position. I'm so glad I found it.
No, of course not. We are not peonies. But if we were, and one of Madre's drivers were to be stealing from him, then it's a good peonist job to find out who that is. It's not a hard job. It won't take a long time. It won't make Padre Madre angry. But a stupid fucking racist is standing in the way, protecting this fucking thief.
I'm not scared of you or the mob. I'm under the protection of the Lorryman and Carter's Guild.
You've seen that corpse in the ceramic armor there. Did his shitty little guild protect him?
Nah, you wouldn't just leave him out there if you...
He tries to light a fresh cigarette, but his hands are shaking now. The sentence simply ends.
The lieutenant turns and gives you a barely perceptible nod. I've softened him up as best I could. Now it's on you to finish the job.
Ooh. What's Half-Light? Half-Light is physique. Chat, can you try to boost my physique a little bit? Just to really screw with the racist. Yeah, as I said, I tried this guy before, and it didn't help. But I'm glad I got it now. 97%. I can mess up, but it's unlikely. Show me snake eyes.
Men like this only respect two things: strength and fear. Time to turn up the volume.
Show me her lorry right fucking now. The lady driver's lorry. Where is it?
Fuck you, I told you. I'm not gonna...
There. His voice grows smaller as yours.
Ooh. Ooh. I've been to your fucking lorry. I know where it is. I'm gonna burn it down. You hear me?
Look, fuck you, man. It's some lorry down there. Green, banged up thing. I don't fucking know who she is.
When did she go away?
I don't know. I don't even know her name. She just rolls with the fleet and acts like a big shot. Some dyke, probably. I haven't even seen her for days.
Now it's not a big deal for him anymore. This is how he saves face.
Where exactly is her lorry?
Past the monument. Down there. The Green Temple. Now leave me the fuck alone, okay?
A small temple by the monument. Green. Let's get into that lorry.
Looks like he got his adrenaline up, too.
Hell yes. I didn't have to make Tommy sad. Now, Tommy, tell me about the lady driver.
Make way for the master poet.
Oh, you literally can't. I'm so glad. And that, unfortunately, is going to have to be where I end stream. But yes, I'm very glad. It would have hurt a lot to make Tommy sad, because I like Tommy a lot. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, all of you. Who should we raid? Because the first question is, who is live? Without knowing the answer to that, we cannot figure out the other. Pikmin, hello! You've arrived here just as stream is finishing, but I'm glad you got here in time to be called cute by me and everyone else. Who's live? Gamers live. Not a lot of people I know are live. Lime's live. Let's give some love to Lime, who is playing Monham. No, Chester, as soon as this is finished, I think that's a great idea. So yeah, thank you all so much for joining me. This was so much fun. I'm loving this game. I loved it before, but it continues to just astound me. Every playthrough is so different. This will continue next week Sunday at 2:30 Eastern Time. My next stream should be Wednesday, 5:30 Eastern Time, when we are going to be continuing Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Chat, remember to drink your veggies, eat your taint, and take care of your water. I know of Chicken Police. I haven't played it, but I know of it. I will definitely check it out. I hope everyone has an absolutely wonderful afternoon, or whatever time zone it is for you. I will see you all around, and say hi to Lime from me. Have a good one.